Fear is not necessary for danger to exist. Fear arises within a person. It is a state of mind, and it is also influenced by one's thoughts and imagination. When a person is aware of their own desires and fears, they can understand that fear is not just a natural response, but it is also a skill that can be managed. Every person loves someone, and if that someone loves them back, it's like a miracle. People often expect others to love them just as they love others, but the other person doesn't love them back. They only love their own selves. This lack of mutual love creates fear, and this fear is what makes people run away from love. Why do people run away from love? When someone loves another person, they want that love to be reciprocated. However, the act of loving someone and being loved back is not always a straightforward process. Sometimes, the person being loved doesn't feel the same way, and this can lead to fear. This fear is not just about being hurt, it's also about the uncertainty of how the other person will react. The truth is, fear is not necessary for love to exist. In fact, fear can be a barrier to truly experiencing love. When we fear being hurt or rejected, we may hold back from fully giving ourselves to the person we love. This can prevent us from having a deep and meaningful connection with them. Bad intentions immediately lead to fear, and good intentions lead to peace. The actions we take are a result of our intentions. If our intentions are good, our actions will be good, and if our intentions are bad, our actions will be bad. Fear is a result of bad intentions, and peace is a result of good intentions. When we have bad intentions, we are always in a state of fear, and when we have good intentions, we are at peace. Our intentions determine the outcome of our actions. God is with those who have good intentions, and He is not with those who have bad intentions. If our intentions are pure, Allah will guide us, and if our intentions are impure, we will be misguided. Our intentions are the key to our success or failure. If our intentions are good, we will be successful, and if our intentions are bad, we will fail. The friends of God do not feel bored. Boredom arises from the lack or loss of something. If a person does not desire to live forever on some of his achievements, boredom will not arise. For example, if he does not have the unattainable desire to maintain his beauty and youth forever, then he will never feel bored. Fear and sadness arise as a result of the desire and effort to stabilize the achievement. The desire to keep life alive forever cannot escape the fear of death. Life is only the name of the junction of the past and the future. Both the past and the future are not in our control. The unsuccessful attempt to maintain control over the present can create nothing but fear. Why do we want to create a protected self when we are already protected? Is it because our lives are like the sand on the seashore, constantly being washed away by the waves? Just as the waves come and go, so do the challenges and difficulties in our lives. We don't need to create a false sense of security. Instead, we should focus on our inner strength. The storms of life may rage on, but they will pass. We should not be afraid of the changing seasons, as they are a natural part of life. Just as the trees shed their leaves and grow new ones, we too can adapt to the changing circumstances. The key to survival lies not in resisting change, but in embracing it. By doing so, we can find peace and stability in the midst of turmoil. Fear is a human instinct that keeps us alive. We fear things that can harm us, and this fear is natural. However, when we let fear control us, it can become a problem. Our hearts beat faster, and our faces show our anxiety. A leader or a person in authority can use fear to their advantage, but it can also be overwhelming. If we let fear take over, we might say things we don't mean, and it can lead to trouble. We should be aware of our fears and not let them consume us. We should also be cautious of those who try to frighten us or use fear to manipulate us. Ultimately, fear is a natural part of life, but we should strive to manage it in a healthy way. The poor and oppressed are often exploited by those in power. They are forced to live in fear, and their rights are denied. The fear of authority can be overwhelming, and it can lead to a loss of self-respect. When people are afraid, they become submissive and lose their ability to think critically. Fear can be used as a tool to control and manipulate others. It can also lead to a sense of hopelessness and despair. However, it's essential to recognize that fear is not always a negative emotion. It can also serve as a motivator to take action and bring about change. The key is to acknowledge and address the root causes of fear, rather than letting it consume us. A fearful person feels alone in this crowded world. Fear definitely creates a feeling of loneliness. The example of a fearful person is like a lonely traveler in a vast desert when night falls. And when a person is unaware of his own existence, he also has difficulty realizing his own existence. The only appropriate and easy way to avoid fear is for a person to develop the fear of God. This fear saves him from all fear. If a person surrenders himself to Allah, all fear disappears. If the divine will is accepted, there is no fear of life or death, neither of wealth nor of poverty, nor of the desire for honor or fear of humiliation. All these are His ways. He gives us whatever He wants. We must be content. And the only punishment for our rebellion and selfishness is that we are captured from within. There may be no scratch on the external body, but the inner being from within has become torn and shattered. When the evil deeds of the people of the earth exceed the limit, the prelude to punishment descends from the sky in the form of fear. Every person feels that he does not know when it will happen. 1,000 fears and worries are mixed up. Everything seems to lie under the shadow of a nameless fear. When a person turns away from God, peace is taken away from a person, and in its place, fear and anxiety are imposed. When life loses its usefulness, meaning and sanctity, what can be the result other than fear? When a person abandons humanity, it is difficult to save him from fear. Fear and constant fear, reasonless and meaningless fear, is a punishment. The only way to escape this continuous suffering is for a person to fear God. A person should not forget that his stay is temporary. He must follow the same path that his ancestors traveled. By reducing the difference between thought and action, fear decreases. When the difference between one's gain and right disappears, fear disappears. Fear of something is a sign of weakness, and it is a reminder of past mistakes. Fear is not just a feeling, but it is also a result of our actions. When a person is afraid, they are unable to make decisions and are controlled by their fears. Fear is a disease that affects the mind and body, and it can lead to anxiety and other negative emotions. A person who is consumed by fear is unable to think clearly and make rational decisions. Fear can be a motivator, but it can also be a hindrance. When a person is afraid, they may become cautious, but they may also become reckless. Fear can lead to a loss of confidence and a sense of insecurity. To overcome fear, one must confront it head-on and take control of their thoughts and actions. By doing so, a person can build confidence and develop a more positive outlook on life. Ultimately, fear can be a catalyst for growth and self-improvement, but it requires effort and determination to overcome. God's mercy is poured upon those who strive hard and do not give up. Those who do not stop trying, even when they make mistakes, are not deprived of God's mercy. No one is forgiven without repentance. Those who strive hard with a closed heart, doing good deeds, are rewarded with mercy. Mercy is a gift from God, and those who are blessed with it are considered fortunate. Despite their shortcomings, people are still blessed with mercy. The fear of God's punishment is what drives people to pray and seek forgiveness. Our prayers are accepted when we fear God's punishment, and this fear is what leads to success. The heart that is filled with the fear of God is a heart that is alive. Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. What did you take away from today's video? How can you apply the insights you've gained to your life? Share your thoughts, reflections, and experiences with us, and let's learn from each other. We're committed to creating content that inspires, educates, and uplifts you. Kindly share, comment in the comments below. Your feedback is crucial in helping us achieve that goal. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.